Now it's time for WWE news, and we'll talk about the Raw that was this past Monday night from London, England. Raw that scored a 3.7 rating.
England.
Off of hours of a 3.4 and a 3.9. Essentially same rating as as last week, which was all part of
Who are you?
I think I'm a bit under the weather this week.
Don't try that.
Well, I'm sick of looking at you.
Yeah. Seriously.
Zinger. Let's talk about a couple of injuries on the Raw front. Super crazy. Injured.
Injured.
Exactly. Tore his MCL, what is believed to be the injury, in Germany while WWE was on a very extensive overseas tour.
Does that mean that he actually didn't get the right medical care because he wasn't in the right country? I mean, if they were
now there you are, you arrogant American. You assume.
If you let me finish. If they would have been touring Canada, he may have gotten
Canada, and his health care would have been provided by the Canadian government.
Exactly.
They do it right up there.
So I wasn't an arrogant American.
Americans are arrogant. Our fans in the UK, Singapore, all over the world can attest to that fact. Americans are very arrogant.
Meathead is arrogant. Doesn't mean because I'm American. Just because I'm
Robert Gibson. There's a big event scheduled for 2 nights in Memphis, Tennessee, where Hulk Hogan will face Paul White, the Big Show, in the main event, which was originally scheduled to be Jerry Lawler. Well, Robert Gibson was going to reform with Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express, on that card. That has not been allowed by WWE. Robert Gibson, an employee of WWE, currently working as a trainer or coach for the developmental area.
Not Jonathan Coach.
And has been pulled from that card. So WWE leveraging its power of contractual talent and not allowing Robert Gibson to perform on that show. Meathead,
It's ironic because, WWE allows Jerry King Lawler to wrestle across the country in his independent shows because he is not a contracted wrestler. Talent.
Yes.
Wrestling talent. He is
Sports
just
entertainer, if you will.
He is just an announcing talent. Your question was?
WWE, many are saying, are trying to sabotage this event in Memphis, Tennessee, because it's seen as a threat to them. In no way, shape, or form do I consider this to be a threat to WWE.
They're just upset that they're not getting a taste of the money because a King Hogan match would have had money.
Hogan's show in the main event, Lawler, as Meathead said, was already pulled, but Lawler, by his own admission, was never really signed to do the event. WWE has the opportunity to cancel any performance by any of their superstars where they were going to appear on another network. In the hierarchy of things, as far as we know, with their deal with the USA wants to protect its investments and doesn't want to see the WWE stars on other networks. So from that business standpoint, it makes perfect sense.
Characters are welcome on USA, by the way.
Characters make USA number one. Is WWE going too far? Are they really pulling back the reins too hard on their contracted talent who want to participate in this event on what would be an off day?
No. And don't get me started on doing stuff on their off day. Don't you even dare.
Triple H, Happy Harry
Hard-On,
is trying to get back into the ring come this Vengeance July. Just before SummerSlam, as you know, he is out with a torn quadricep muscle, the other one, and is looking to return to the ring in July. Could be a little early for him to actually return. Meathead, we've seen now Shawn Michaels is HBK again, no longer a member of D-Generation X. Will DX be reformed when Triple H rejoins the fold
for about
in WWE?
a week until they start feuding again?
Really?
Yep.
I don't know if it has legs, Triple H Michaels feud.
Is
Triple H going to come back and say Michaels dropped the ball and now he's taking the helm and bring Road Dogg and Jesse James back and be part of an X-Pac, come in and lash Eric Bischoff like the Raw on March 29, I believe, 1998.
Might as well.
Albany, New York.
Might as well.
Do we miss Triple H?
Yes.
He does bring a certain dimension to WWE and Raw that is certainly absent without him around. Mick Foley, set to star in a reality TV series on one of my favorite networks in the world, the A&E network, which used to be Arts and Entertainment. Now it's basically Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Is that what A or E stands for?
Arts and Entertainment.
You said it used to be the Arts and Entertainment Network. Now what is it?
E. It's A&E. It's still probably
you
Arts
said
and
it's the Dog Network.
Jesus God.
There's no praying
I don't
on
have
this
patience
show.
for
There's
you
no praying
this
on
week.
this show.
This reality show will be based on his real life. Any of you have seen the show?
Oh, come on.
Now, come on. You know a lot of these reality shows are scripted and planned and...
Here's a hint. The reality show is going to be based on reality. Macaroni and cheese is made out of macaroni
if you've seen
and
one
cheese.
of the better shows on television right now, Intervention on A&E, it is a true reality show. A&E has done reality and done it well, so this could be a unique opportunity to
So you're
see
saying
a
Dog
real...
and Bounty Hunter's real
I don't
reality?
watch that. I don't know.
'Cause I'm the dog.
Who brought you this week?
My mama brought me.
We should have a meathead auction.
We should have
We
just...
need about $5. The coffers are getting a little low.
Oh, we could have a floating meathead auction.
Let's talk about SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. SmackDown this past week scores a 2.4 rating, down from its 2.5 the prior week.
Oh my God.
Just before WrestleMania, SmackDown was as high as a 3.6 rating, so significantly different ratings for the shows after WrestleMania, but still in line with what CW is delivering overall as a network.
C.W. Anderson?
Ashley Marsaro, how do you feel about her?
She's nice naked. That's about it.
She has apparently has a screw in her ankle,
The screw loose.
and that is what has happened. She's going to be taking some time off to get
Wait,
the
that she's loose?
surgery. A screw loose in her ankle.
Oh,
regarding
she's
an
not
injury
loose
she
because of a
suffered
screw.
while wrestling.
She's not loose because of a screw.
We're on the air, okay? Our television market and Topeka will not be very happy with your dialogue at this time.
They
sir.
can call my agent.
It is unknown how long Ashley will be out of the fold, if you will.
Or off her feet and on her back.
All hail King Booker, who is now king of the radio. King Booker has a show in Houston, Texas called Tea Time with Booker. Get it, Booker T.
No,
King
I got
Booker,
it because
Tea
it's
Time.
Booker.
It is on KBME 790 AM Saturdays from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. I don't think it conflicts with your radio show on ESPN Radio.
Which is Saturday mornings from 9 a.m.
Yeah.
to
You always
11
pick on me when I make
Central.
little flubs. Freudian slips, if you will. That can be actually listened to by fans all over the world on the World Wide Web at 790thesportsanimal.com. Apparently the show this past week was very entertaining, with both Booker and Sharmell both hopping in and out of character. Booker talked about his fight with Batista backstage last year and was very candid in some of his comments on that particular radio program. So if you want to check that out, check it out tomorrow, Saturday, on 790thesportsanimal.com. Should they be paying us?
Yeah.
Your favorite person, the new Red Rooster 2007, known as The Miz. Your reality checked. His
Wait,
reality.
was that a real reality show?
Not at all. The real world, no. 1992 through 96, maybe, but after that, it's all been
Where's
essentially scripted. He is still living off of his old fame somewhere else. And The Miz was convinced by other members of the locker room to pull a rib on JBL. You know, the world's greatest broadcaster right now, color commentator right now. And apparently it backfired substantially. Don't know the details of that. But however, Miz is now extremely worried that he will lose his job. JBL very powerful in WWE and said to be untouchable.
Do you think the rib wasn't the Miz pulling one on JBL, but the locker room pulling one on the Miz to get him to pull one on JBL?
Exactly, as Lisa Lampanelli would say. I'm not sure I would. I will ask you, but would you miss the Miz if you were gone?
Who?
Thank you. Let's talk about ECW. ECW on Sci-Fi this past Tuesday garnered a 1.4 rating. Well, the big news for ECW.
See, the problem is, folks, that we don't watch it on Tuesdays because it's not worth watching live.
I literally, as I said, I'm a bit under the weather. I literally
Ugh.
passed out during ECW this week and did not see any of it. So,
You have
my
a diver.
apologies as a
You
broadcast
have a diver, don't
journalist. No, my cable bill is already too high, and if you cable people would stop increasing your rates,
We got to get paid.
Big news for ECW is they will be filming taping a show, if you will, at Madison Square Garden. WWE returns to Madison Square Garden for the first time since 9/11/2006, and they will be doing a live Raw pre-taping ECW before that Raw show. So we'll see a coupling of Raw and ECW talents. What? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who cares?
Why not?
It's ECW, honestly.
It's actually ECW.
No, it was ECW. Now it's ECW. Honestly, ECW is not worth watching right now.
In your opinion, which you're entitled to.
In my opinion. IMO.
You're what? That is essentially it for ECW.
Because that's a separate brand, by the way, so it's really special.
Have
when
you
they get
missed the
together.
show for the last several months when we've been talking about the
Commingling?
commingling of the brands to make a better product for all of us fans.
Yeah, because this Raw pay-per-view that's coming up.
It doesn't say Raw on it, does it? It says WWE Backlash. You think they'll bring the hooks back?
The hooks are back every year.
No, the hooks that move.
Yeah.
No, you haven't seen it in a couple of years, have you?
No, I've watched it every year.
You
Backlash is great for all those hooks because
they don't move.
It's all like lighting trusses that are shaped into hooks.
Wow, really? I didn't know that. God, you're so smart. Let's talk about this past Monday's Raw.
Would you like my gum from under the table?
This past Monday's Raw featured what we haven't seen on a Monday Night Wrestling program in years. Wrestling. A solid hour, John Cena and HBK went. Meathead, we were live at WrestleMania.
Yes.
We saw that match occur between Cena and HBK for the WWE Championship where HBK tapped out. This match on Raw, better, worse, about the same. Sound like you're at the eye doctor.
It was better because you expected it to be over in 15 minutes.
Exactly.
So you were left hanging there.
Was it a risky move by WWE to put a 1 hour match on a 2 hour show on a Monday night?
No.
Ratings seemed to show that basically for that match they had the highest rating of the night at 3.9, climbing all throughout that hour.
Yeah, because people kept tuning in expecting it to be over.
And I like the way it was delivered, where it was a solid wrestling match. Again, another reason and another proof positive that John Cena deserves much more respect than you, the fans, have given him in general up until this point. But what they didn't do was say, we're going to have a 1 hour Iron Man match. This is going to be an epic. It was simply a WrestleMania 23 rematch, if you will, but delivered perfectly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I won't go perfectly, because only Kurt Hennig could be perfect.
So now let's talk a little bit about general WWE news. Biggest news come out in the last couple of weeks from WWE is their disalignment, if you will, from Deep South Wrestling. DSW Wrestling, based out of Atlanta, Georgia-ish, was one of the developmental properties of WWE, said to be in jeopardy of closing many times. WWE not feeling so good about the status of the organization, pulled out, no longer one of the WWE development camps. Lots of talent down there. A lot of talent that we've seen grow here
Still
in the Milwaukee
swimming
market.
around. Yep.
All of the talent that was down there learning their WWE ways, if you will be moved up to OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling. I had the opportunity, actually, I'm going to go see my first OVW show in just a few weeks down in Louisville.
Try to stay
It's
away
alumni
from
night, John
try
Cena.
to stay away from ding 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 ding.
DSW may indeed actually shut down if it hasn't already. Without the WWE, you got to assume they were piping some money into the thing.
Of course.
And without that, they had a TV deal. They were doing shows all over the Atlanta area. Rumor has it is that DSW will be shutting down sometime soon, and we don't want to spread rumors, but that's what's out there. WWE, should they look for another camp? They felt they needed to. Can they do it with just OVW? A lot of talent we saw come up from OVW, such as the prototype John Cena, Batista. That's where people go to get freshened up when they come back to the organization after an
Big
injury.
Show, Mark Henry.
You know Mark Henry's returning. Are you excited?
Who?
Do they need another developmental territory?
No, I think they're fine.
Okay. The return of Saturday night's main event has been announced. It
Do
will
you care?
happen.
I
on June
hate to
2nd.
be a pessimist. I apologize. But do you care?
I do care. I enjoy Saturday night's main event.
Night's main event, but why wouldn't you have one before WrestleMania?
That is a very good question, Meathead.
Why? When is it coming? July 7th?
So, June 2nd on
June
NBC. It will be taped May 29th in Ontario, Canada.
Okay, so I guess what I'm asking is, what is it there to promote?
There's obviously a couple of pay-per-views coming up, such as ECW's One Night Stand Part 3, The Vengeance pay-per-view, SummerSlam.
You know, the girls that I slept with over twice, they weren't one-night stands anymore once you get to the third time.
That's WWE news for this week, ladies and gentlemen.